All right, it's June 26th and we're here in Rawai just for a little look around. I want to check something out. If you watch my videos back in March the 1st, I think it was, I was here in Rawai and I went into a bar and had a beer, and I noticed there was also some major redevelopment going on around here, and I noticed that there was a for sale sign in the front of the bar. In fact, that was the bar over there. It's difficult to see, but it's called McFly's Bar, and that's where I was sat, but I've got no intention of going back in there again today. I'm just gonna take a little walk down the road as to where I used to sit in the good old days and have a couple of beers from the convenience store. But one of the things that I did want to check out was the reason that that bar owner must have thought that he was up for a compulsory purchase, because all of this here used to be bars as well, and you can tell now they've all been pulled down, and this sort of hypermarket has been built in its stead. And further down the road we can see that they have now cordoned off another piece of the water frontage and are building something else. So it looks like in the fullness of time all of this is going to be pulled down and redeveloped, I would say. Yeah, so this is the waterfront of Rawai, and very nice it is too. It's about my favourite place, especially it was my favourite place to come during COVID, because there was more of this open than anything, because there are a lot of the Falang that live on the island, the foreigners that live on the island, they live here. There was a little bit more life. And I've said before that this place somehow reminds me of Sai Kung in Hong Kong, where I spent a lot of happy years, a lot of happy times, a long time in the past, or a long time ago now. So long that it seemed like it was someone else that lived the life. But here we can see the next stage of the redevelopment just starting. So, well, actually no, it was already running a few months ago. I must admit, it doesn't look as though it's progressed at all. They've just, if you look through that gate there, they've just fenced it all off, demolished all the shops, and then stopped work. So there we are. But this is the new bit, and I think one day it will all look like this. Well, this is where I was sat before, and where I usually sit. You know, I buy myself a can of beer and sit here for an hour. And if I got a camera, I'll have a talk, and if I haven't, I'll just talk to myself. It's what I'm used to. In fact, I shot this whole video on March the 1st when I was here before, but as I was editing it, I realized that it was all just getting too personal. I was saying stuff that I shouldn't be saying in public, you know? And I edited it down, and it kind of ruined it, and it was still crap, so I scrapped the whole video. And so it's now the 26th of June, and I've come back and just to shoot the non-personal bits again. So here I am in Rawai. So let's take a look at the scenery again here. Yeah, nice colours. High tide, which is good. And it's always nice here. I've always liked it here. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my beer. Cheers. So far, knock on wood, it's a nice sunny, though a little bit hazy, dry day. But now we've definitely entered the rainy season, and for at least a week prior to that, it was raining every day, and in a traditional rainy season way, every time I went out I got soaked, you know. So I got to be careful. I'm watching the sky all the time. If anything threatening rolls in, then I'm off. I mean, I notice, you know, down there, the coastline is disappearing into the mist. Now, is it mist or is it rain or what? It doesn't look like rain clouds at the moment, but I'm just keeping my eye on it. And in the meantime, I'm just sat here having a beer and watching life go by, which is basically just watching all these tour boats operate. Tour boats like this one here, currently loading up a new cargo of people for a trip out to one of the outer islands. I've just moved my spot to a slightly more shady area. It's now just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so strictly speaking I can't buy any more beer at the convenience store, so, and I'm not going to anyway, even if I could, because I've got to ride the motorbike home, and I'm going to wait around a bit. But it's a nice convenient place with all of these bushes to have a piss before I go, so that's what I'm going to do. And maybe I'll shoot some stuff on the way back to the bike, I don't know, but it's all been non-personal, and these are bad times, but I'm saying nothing about it. Well, I'm kind of calling this now. I've sat around and had a couple of PPs behind the bush on the beach, so now I'm walking back to the bike. By the time I get back there, I'll be sufficiently recovered to be able to ride home, one hopes. You've got to be so careful here. I mean, this is, hello, this is a great place to come, but there's no public transport that I can catch to get here. Otherwise, believe me, I would. And so, you know, my days of sitting and lounging in a bar for God knows how long and hoping to get home are kind of over, you know. So a couple of beers from the convenience store is about all I can muster. Let's just talk about this sidewalk for a minute. They've spent all this money on the sidewalk, and still it ends up looking like this. It's a complete and utter bloody leg breaker. You know, you've got to be so careful. Walking down this sidewalk pissed is not my idea of a way to spend an afternoon. So let's just bypass that. And I mean, this is the good bit. Further down there are better bits, but you know, this is about as good as it gets. It can be a complete and utter bloody leg breaker. Right now I will let you into, you know, one internal thing that's going on. In Sweden at the moment, Noi is sick, and I spoke to her yesterday and she sounded very sick. And she's been sick for a few days, and you know, I haven't heard from her today. I can only assume that if something is really, really bad, someone will, well, they won't call me, but they'll call the family and they will let me know. But I mean, sick is sick. I mean, what's wrong with her? Has she got a cold? Has she got the flu? Has she got COVID? I don't know. And this is the thing that is really draining me and making this such you know, one of the reasons, some of the others I won't go into, but one of the reasons this is making it such a really rotten time for me right now. But she's working all the hours that God gives, 7 days a week. For what? There's got to be a reason, and someone's gonna have to tell me. She owes money to someone. I don't know how much, and I don't know why, and I don't know. Well, that's the only two reasons, the only two things I need to know, really. And it's something we're supposed to discuss in depth when she gets back in November. But that may be too late. And so I may have to take further steps to find out what the FUCK is going on. Well, you've done it again, haven't you? You scrapped an entire Rawai video because you were getting too personal about yourself, and then I've just edited this new one, and I noticed that I'm walking around saying how unhappy I am and giving some of the reasons for it. Well, I guess by now you all know the reasons for it. I'm here alone, and for some reason or other, while I used to cope extremely well with that, right now I'm not. Well, I am. Let's just finish this once and for all. I'm not going to scrap any of this, it's staying in there. You know, I've come to terms with the situation at least till November, when Noi gets back and has promised to tell me exactly what the hell she's doing out there and why she's working like a dog all hours. Otherwise, you know, one imagines too many things. But right now, I'm functioning fine again. I'm all right. So don't worry. You know, at one point, my two old friends came back to visit me. Anxiety and depression, but I've got all that under control again now. So that's it. Finished. No more unhappiness. No more moaning, misery. So just wanted to clear that point up, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video anyway, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.